Hello, welcome to my channel. To all my returning subscribers, I'm glad that you are here to watch today's video. If you are discovering my channel for the first time, you are highly welcome to my channel. My name is Alice Rita, and today's topic is going to be covering how to switch from Tier 4 visa to a skilled worker visa. In today's video, I'm going to narrate with my own experience about how I switched from Tier 4 visa to a skilled worker visa. The skilled worker visa is a replacement visa for the Tier 2. So if you are looking for a Tier 2 visa on the government website, it's going to come up as a skilled worker visa. And in my video, I'm going to break down what the eligibility are for this skilled worker visa, the cost, the duration of how long it takes for me to apply, because as you know, I graduated recently and now I've switched to the skilled worker visa. And I'm also going to be sharing with you how much it cost me to apply for the skilled worker visa. Please sit back and let me break down the different steps that I went through in applying for my skilled worker visa. If you have not already subscribed to my channel, please click on the subscribe button and don't forget to hit on the notification bell so that you are notified whenever a new video is online. If you are watching this video, it means that you are towards the completion of your study, or you've already completed your study and about to apply for a skilled worker visa. On this note, let me first congratulate you on your great achievement. Congrats! So, in my video today, I'm going to describe to you based on my own personal information. Please read on the government website. The detailed information on what you need and how to apply is there. But let me quickly run you through so that when you get to the website, it's as easy as ABC for you. So on the government.co.uk website, that is the website you are going to use in applying for your skilled worker visa or any visa that you need to stay in the UK. First, when you are towards the completion of your studies in the UK, the university would normally contact the immigration office that you fulfill the requirements that is needed for the award of your degree. So if you are doing a master's or you are doing a PhD in the UK, this process applies even if you are doing a bachelor degree. So after I successfully defended my PhD in July, the university contacted the immigration office. Content of the letter goes like this. Dear Alice, we are sending you this email to let you know that we have informed UK Visas and Immigration that you have successfully completed your degree program. This means that if you choose to, you can now apply for a graduate visa if you also meet the following requirements. So they stated the requirements for the graduate route visa. And as you know, from summer of last year, the UK processed that if you graduate with a master's or a PhD, you can apply for a graduate route visa to stay for 3 years if you are completing a PhD. And if you are finishing with a master's, you are now allowed to stay for 2 years after your studies to search for a job and then stay in the UK. So with this letter, the important part that was striking to me is that with this notification that they've notified the immigration office that I've completed my studies, if I choose to leave the UK, maybe for a vacation, I will not be allowed to enter the country back into the UK. And this is why once you've completed your studies and you have the intention of staying back in the UK, it is important for you to apply for your graduate route visa immediately you've completed your studies and await decision before traveling so that you are not refused entrance at the immigration border. Before I diverge too much, let's go back to the detail of why this video is recorded today. And as I've said earlier, I'm going to share with you my own personal experience about applying for the skilled worker visa. In order to apply for the skilled worker visa, you require 3 different certificates. The first certificate that is needed is the sponsorship certificate. So your employer needs to apply for a certificate to certify that you met the criteria for the job that is advertised. And this certificate after they apply, you need the number on that certificate to be able to progress with your application for the skilled worker visa. Second visa certificate that you need is the ATAS certificate. So what is the ATAS certificate, which is ATAS? This certificate is a certificate that is issued by the Foreign and Commonwealth Office to give you a security clearance on the subject that you've studied in the UK. And especially if you are working in a research institute or you're going to be conducting research, this certificate is required. So first, you need your sponsorship certificate, an ATAS certificate, and the third certificate you need is your degree certificate. If you've studied for a master's or a PhD in the UK, the website will require you to provide the proof. That's the certificate that you've completed with. So if you are just finishing your degree and you've not yet received the certificate in your inbox, you can request for a confirmation letter, the confirmation of award status, and this also you can use for your application. So these three certificates, keep in mind that you are going to need it. During the application process, the filling of the form takes longer than 45 minutes. So it is best for you to take your time to fill these details. And I'm going to show you the different section that was requested. They requested information about my address, which is like personal detail. They request about the detail about the studies I've completed. They requested for the detail about the work I'm going to be doing. And this information is directly on my ATAS certificate. And before I forget, when you are applying for your ATAS certificate, it is best for you to apply as soon as possible because this particular process takes about 4 to 6 weeks. My ATAS certificate arrived after 6 weeks, and I will discuss in another video the process of applying for the ATAS certificate. The other thing that you need, the other information that they are going to request is your marital status detail. So if you're married, they will request for the detail of your spouse. They will request for the passport, the international passport number, the expiry date of that passport. They also ask for your own passport details. The other question that were requested relates to security. So have you been involved in maybe rendering arm for a particular case? So like a kind of a criminal clearance kind of question, which is a lot. So they will ask about whether you have a disease. They will ask about whether you've received treatment during your stay in the UK. And if you've received treatment for medical conditions, the application process requests for you to provide details about your general GP, your general practitioner. So if you are registered to a particular medical center, you are going to provide the detail of the medical center you are registered to. The website is going to request for the detail of the house you're living in. If it is rented, they request for the contact detail of the agents you are renting from, or if you are renting from a landlord, they ask for all these details. So get all this ready. It took me about an hour to finish my application, and after I finished, the next phase was for me to pay. So now we're going to be talking about cost. So how much does it cost to apply for the skilled worker visa? The cost is split into two. The first is the immigration health surcharges, and this is charged at $625 per year. You will multiply this based on the number of years you are applying for. So if your job contract is for 3 years, you are going to be multiplying, automatically is going to apply 3 times 625 to give you the fee you're going to pay. And after you've successfully paid these immigration health surcharges, the next payment it's going to request you to make is the visa application fee itself. As at the time I'm making this video, and I made my application just last week on the 8th of September, the application fee I paid was $935 for the standard fee. The priority service that you requested for your application, meaning that you want them to reply to your application as soon as possible, I think within a week, it's about 1,400 plus. I'm going to write the exact number on the screen. So the application fee for my skilled worker visa cost me in total for a 5-year visa cost me £4,120. So if you're applying for your skilled worker visa for a duration of 5 years, you're going to be applying for this similar amount. It might cost you this similar amount or more if the charges has changed at the time you're applying. After you've successfully made the payment for the immigration extra charges and the visa fee, the next page your web application will show you is to provide evidence. And when you click on the evidence, there are two major documents that were requested from me. The first was my ATA certificate, which I uploaded. And before I uploaded my ATA certificate, they recommended to label the document accordingly. So, for instance, my application, I renamed the document as Esiola ATA certificate. They also requested the front and back copy of my BRP. I renamed them as Esiola BRP front, Esiola BRP back, and then my award certificate, which I labeled as Esiola PhD certificate, and I uploaded this. After I've successfully uploaded this, I receive a confirmation email that my application is now in progress and I should get a feedback within 8 weeks. 8 weeks because I chose the standard service. However, to my surprise, I received my confirmation just today is 12th of September and I submitted on the 8th of September, which was a Saturday, which was a Thursday. So within 3 working days, I've received a response, even using my standard application. If you're applying for your skilled worker visa, there are 4 things there are 4 important information that you should put in your mind. The first is that you are going to require 3 different documents, which is the ATA certificate, your sponsorship certificate, and your study award certificate. The second important information for you to know is the cost of application. And this cost, you are going to be making this payment after you've successfully filled the information. The third important information that you should put in mind is to not rush through your application, the filling of the application form, because if you make a mistake, they will request for you to provide additional information. And if you're applying and you're already married, it's best for you to have a copy of your spouse passport detail so that this can make your application go smoother, because it's going to request for you to input those details in the application. And the fourth part is that it's going to you should as at the time of your application, have all the list in case if you've lived at different locations during your PhD or study in the UK. It's going to request for all the details of all the addresses that you've lived in the last 5 years. So get that information ready, and the contact details of your letting agency or the landlord. And the fifth, which I'm about to forget, is that it's going to request if you've traveled out of the UK in the last 10 years. Every country you've traveled to, try to remember, check your passport to fill this detail. This will ask you, when did you enter, when did you exit? So if you imagine if you visit, like for me, I visited Germany around about 4 or 5 times during my PhD. Each entry, I listed it there because they can actually see each time I moved out and in. When I went to US for conference, it will ask you for if you were visiting family or for or business. I just chose other because I didn't go to the US for business. I went for a conference, so I just typed this out. So try to fill your form as honest as possible. Try to fill it with as little error, and don't be surprised that you will also get your decision in a short period if all the information you've provided are correct. If you found this video useful, please do not forget to subscribe. Each time I see your subscription and I see your engagement in my video, I'm encouraged to make my next video, which you might also benefit from, or someone you know might benefit from. If you know anyone applying for a Tier 2 for a skilled worker visa, please share this video with them, because the process is not as difficult as most people think. And until next time, bye.